Bienvenidos, estamos en el especial de esta película que se llama Buscando Searching. Tenemos al director. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
Hi, sweetheart. Just checking in because it looks like you already left for school this morning. Hey, Margot. Dad again.
Searching, it's a very interesting exercise, a very interesting way to tell us a story. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so Searching, we like to describe it as a very a very classic thriller told in a very unconventional way.
Yeah.
You know, the classic thriller about it is that it's about a dad looking for a missing kid, and the unconventional part about it is that the whole movie takes place on his daughter's laptop screen as he breaks into her computer to look for clues as to find her. So it's a very classic story told in a very weird way.
I haven't been able to reach Margot.
Wait, you can't find Margot?
What do you think about this tiny line in between the privacy and the share with the world? Because I don't know which is better, but
it's very messy.
Yeah.
You know, it's there's not a clear line. I think that's what's so hard is trying to figure it out and navigate it in real time. You know, because it's happening now, and there's a feeling of like just trying to keep up, and I think that's why I was so attracted to the film, because it's so of the moment. You know, it is about, you know, the way we communicate now most often. The faces, the masks we wear, because we think that someone is a certain way, and then there are, you know, you reveal so much of yourself online that people don't see readily every day.
Let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3.
I want to know if you know these logos.
Instagram, YouTube.
How do you find that style, that way to do it?
You know, I spent a lot of time, you know, at Google. I used to write and direct commercials for them, and I learned a lot about how to use screens to give you emotions, I guess. But ultimately, it was focusing on the story. It was writing a film with my co-writer, Seb Ohanian, who, you know, we both kind of worked really hard on making sure that the story was always first, and the gimmick was in the background. And kind of spending a lot of time doing that as a team was the most helpful part.
She said it was going all night.
No, she definitely left at 9.
Authorities are asking anyone with information.
How was the way to shoot this movie? Because it has super different style to direct, to shoot, to act with, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel with this new thing?
Well, it was like unlike anything I've ever done before. Like I wasn't able to sort of use. I felt like so much of what I'd learned about filmmaking up until this point, because it was so, we didn't have wides and mediums and to depend on, you know.
Oh, for me, it felt like there were so many firsts with this film. You know, it was about acting with a screen with nothing on it. You know, not having the magic that happens between people to sort of guide a scene, and just having a disembodied voice in your ear that you're acting with. You know, it really felt unsettling.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, where are you?
Study group, I should get back.
Great. Oh, one more thing. I want to know about the final you took today. Farmersonly.com.
Messenger.
That is
Snapchat.
Miss Pac-Man.
How did you do that? Because I don't know if the actor is only alone in the room with the screen. I don't know. How do you do that behind the scenes?
It's a very complicated question because it's a very long process, you know, but particularly for the actors, you know, they're recording it on a GoPro, you know, talking to their computer screens, and, you know, they're shooting things that we're putting inside of a computer, you know, so like it's just communicating to them where their footage is going, where the buttons they're pressing are, because they're not looking at the right screens. Yeah. It's a lot of planning, and like knowing what the end product is going to look like a year and a half before you even get there.
Update me whenever you learn something.
Did she mention anything unusual going on lately?
We're not really that close.
You guys are friends.
And the post-production, it has to be huge, right?
Post-production is very long. In fact, we had a joke that, you know, normal movie is like pre-production, production, post-production. Our movie was pre-post, post, and post-post. And like because there were computers in every element of it. You know, we were always working on editing the movie even before we shot the film. So like we were always in post-production.
It has friends, right?
She keeps to herself a lot.
She's quiet.
I did see her eat lunch alone.
On Thursday?
Every day.
And I think it's more difficult for the actors too, right? Because they don't have a lot of elements to react.
Yeah,
and
it's very difficult because it's new. You know, like it's everybody is relearning their jobs to make this movie. You're kind of understanding how to act in front of a GoPro because it's different than acting in front of a normal camera. How do you act when there isn't 3 cameras covering you, but just one camera straight on? It's a close-up. It changes your behavior, and we're also changing the camera every day. We shot on my phone sometimes. We shot on GoPros. We shot on iPhones. We shot on drone cameras, camcorders, mini DV tapes. Every single time we changed the camera, it changed the performance because like you adjust your performance to the style of the filmmaking.
She made an outgoing transaction of $2,500.
Margot picked up an ID a few days ago.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's time to start considering that Margot ran away.
at the production, what does they think about it? Because it's a different way to do it.
I
right?
mean, this production company is very, very screen movie friendly. They really want to make movies that take place on screens, which is why they wanted to kind of finance this film in the first place. But this production company, more than any company that I've ever kind of heard of, is very, very risk friendly, which I love because they take risks on first time filmmakers. They allow you the creative freedom to try something new.
Facebook,
Facebook.
Oh.
Skype.
Skype.
I don't know what that one is. Oh, Wikipedia.
Yes.
No idea.
Petco.
Napster.
We need nothing from you.
Where were you the night my daughter went missing?